I'm back! Happy Sunday, everybody. Today is a bit of a fresh start for me. I took off the month of March to kind of recover and figure out what I wanted to do. I don't want to say I was in burnout, but it felt a lot like burnout. What I did realize was my old systems weren't working, and I wanted to kind of revamp what I was doing. So now I'm back and ready to go, ish. Hi everyone, welcome to Runs on Espresso. I'm Jenna, a multi-passionate creative and recovering perfectionist. If you're new here, I use notebooks and planners to try and keep my life on track. Before we really dig into this vlog, I just thought I would let you all know that a few vlogs ago, I'll link it somewhere across the top here, I was talking about how fatigued I was and exhausted and all of that stuff, which is what led me to take March off. And it turns out I had really low vitamin D. So I am now on a weekly prescription for vitamin D. And I'm starting to feel a little bit more like myself, not so completely exhausted. So now I have to schedule another blood draw in June to make sure that this prescription is helping and I'm back to where I need to be. So let's hope it works. Now, back to the regular vlogging stuff. Q2 is here. Quarter two, and I am ready to get to work on some goals and projects. I have decided to go back to HB90 for this quarter. I had been using Epic Goals from Jess over at Joshi Corin, and as much as I love her and I loved the Epic Goals program, it just wasn't enough structure for me. Like, I had to make all of the structure, and I would start out really strong and taper off. And the last quarter or so, I just wasn't really using any goal planning, project planning method. So now I'm going back to HB90 because I know it has worked for me well in the past, and the structure works really well for my brain. HB90 really helps me figure out all of the stuff I want to track, my writing, art, health and fitness, content, without losing my mind or forgetting something. So as I mentioned at the top, it is Sunday, and we're going to review the plan for the week. And then during the week, we'll do little check-ins, see how on top of stuff I am, what needs to be fixed, moved, changed, whatever. And we'll wrap up the week on Friday, because I'm going to do all of my editing. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. We're going to wrap up the video filming on Fridays, editing on Saturday, and then it'll be live for you on Sundays so you can watch while you enjoy your coffee or your planning, whatever. All right, let's do the top-down look so that we can see my hemlock and oak planner and how I'm using that with HB90. Okay, let me actually get my goal notebook out here and find the right page, because I just keep moving and adding as we go. So for quarter two, I've gone back to HB90, and I have three main areas. So the first one I'm just calling creative, and it's a focus on growing. I put grow creative brand, but I don't know if that's the right term. It's just really, vlogging, writing, art, photography, like all of those creative hobbies I like to do, making sure that I make time for them. The next one is health and fitness, and then last, my house. And these are just very broad, general goals. So those are my goals, and then I zoom back out a little bit, have come over here and made projects and tasks. So these are all the ones I want to do under the creative goal, health goal, house goal. And then I just have some hobby stuff that I like to do and keep track of. and I just squeezed it on the bottom here. So I like to read 1 audiobook a month and 2 books from my to-be-read piles, and then just other things like Lego Dalmatian, One Little Word, just those other hobbies that don't really fit into these categories, so that I'm making sure that I'm also doing those things. So that is my project and task notebook. I also have this monthly planner. I bought it for work and did not end up using it. So I'm trying to use it to help me plan content and schedule goals. So the calendar, I have different things that I have going on throughout the month that I need to take into consideration when I'm planning my week. And then I have different content items and apparently some food scraps. And then I just put all of the tasks that I need to do or want to do this month on the sidebar. I'm not sure how I like this. It was since I have it in this notebook, I don't know that I need it here. And this was very stress-inducing while I was setting up my calendar because I wanted to put all of these tasks on this calendar, and I don't think that that is what I want to use this for. Still a work in progress. And then we come back over to my hemlock and oak, and I haven't done my March review yet. I will probably do that later today. And I started my April overview, and what I did was I broke this blank page into 5 sections for each of the weeks of the month, and I just put those tasks in there. So when I'm putting together my weekly spread, I can just flip back here and fill these in for the week. So I've done that already here. And then my monthly, I have some random monthly tasks that I want to do this month. And it's a very basic monthly overview because this month we don't have a lot going on. And then of course the weekly overview, it is still a work in progress. I'm waiting to get my running for the week updated. And I have not put in my husband's schedule yet, even though I have it, I just haven't done it. But I do have all my tasks in here and everything else that I need to know for the week. So that is the planner. You can probably see a little bit over here. All right, very bad angle, but instead of taking the whole camera off and trying to hand hold it, I am showing you the Kanban board I put together. If you follow Sarah Cannon or the HB90 process, you know she is a big Kanban person, and every time I've tried one, I never follow through with it. So I thought that I would try putting it on my desk. This is my work table, so I do all of my planning. I do some of my writing and things over here, painting, scrapbooking, all that over here. So I put a piece of washi tape kind of down the middle, for the most part down the middle, as the divider, and then I have 2 across here. And I have all my sticky notes up at the top. So this is every task I want to do. The purple is creative, blue is health, and pink is house. And then as I'm doing them, I'll move them to the doing section and then the done section. So that's an experiment. We're going to see how it goes. Now, taking a look at my planner, here are all of the tasks that I want to do this week, which I pulled them from this list. And my main focus for the week is to get back on the health and fitness stuff. So really focusing on the running and the weightlifting. My next priority would be writing. And then, of course, keeping up with the household chores. I am in the office on Monday, So I will see you on Tuesday to see how the week is going so far. It is Tuesday. I just logged off of work and we are going to do a quick check-in to see how I've been doing so far this week. So we'll take a look at the sidebar first, if I can figure out how to zoom. So I have a few items over here that I didn't assign to a day. I did start my one little word reflections and setting up my bills. I had to add, oh, you can't see. I had to add Pay Coach to the 3rd, so I don't forget, because I do that through PayPal, so I can't set it up ahead of time. And then I did work on my newsletter headers at lunch today. So we're working through those slowly. And then taking a look at the actual things I had for today. I had set up media, kitchen, write one scene, watch art class, and April budget. I have done everything but watch the art class. And I did my run this morning. I took my prescription. So the plan for this evening is I'm going to go do my weight workout because fitness is our number one. Get back on track, get into the habit, get that ish done for Q2. Followed very closely by write my draft. Then after we work out, we're going to have dinner. We got some leftovers. Then watch the art class. And then 4 and 5, I want to do my art class homework. Like the class that I take, it's like you watch a little video, like 20, 25-minute video. She shows you an example and then you paint something similar. So I'm hoping to be able to do that and work on my outline pressure testing. I'm still working through it. I can do the writing of the scenes at the same time as the pressure testing because I've already pressure tested Act 1, which is what I'm focusing on for April writing is Act 1. So that's where we're at. Tomorrow is the 1st. It's the start of the Rough Draft Challenge. I didn't print out the full workbook. I just do the weekly wrap-up because I don't write every single day. So I've got the weekly wrap-up in here and a bunch of the word count trackers so I can track my sprints. So that is the Rough Draft Challenge starting tomorrow. I will report back tomorrow and let you know how successful I was on my 5 things for Tuesday. Happy Friday. I went to edit Wednesday's footage before I started work and I had no sound. And I think what the problem was I turned on the microphone attachment, as I'm covering you up, the microphone attachment to my camera up here on top, but I didn't make sure this was on, which was weird because every time I turn that one on, this one has always come on. So I don't know what happened. It is finally Saturday, and we have made it through most of the week. Of course, I'm still going to work on a few things today, like editing this video, and then tomorrow. But tomorrow I will start the new week vlog, so the 5th through the 11th. And yeah, let's kind of take a look at how everything went this week. Overall, I think it went fairly well. I got almost everything done, and I did learn something about myself, and that is I don't like writing after dinner. I planned to write both Wednesday and Friday after dinner. And by the time that got there, I was just like, you know what? I want to read my book. I want to play my video game. I just want to do something like not using my brain, I guess. So we need to kind of figure out where I can fit in writing still, like maybe a lunch break here and there. And then, of course, Saturday and Sundays. But looking at what I need to kind of cross off first, I did not schedule my blood draw, so we are going to indicate that we're going to move that forward to next week. The Instagram photos, I didn't post one yesterday. I have the picture for Sunday for the vlog ready to go. I just need to post it, so I'm going to leave that as like half done. And then I did write my one scene today. So I have my 3 scenes done for the week. So I'm right on track, right where I need to be. And then the only thing I have left for today is I want to do a quick, simple meal plan just so we know what we're having each night of the week. And then work on calling Kauai. I have had these photos in Lightroom for 2 years, and I keep going in trying to edit them, hate what I edit, deleting what I edit, and I still haven't culled them, so I just need to sit down and do that. That is what I'm going to do after this video, and I'm going to edit this video and then cull Kauai since I'll be sitting at my computer. For now, I am going to sign off. Thank you for watching my first vlog back. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will leave the link in the description box for my newsletter if you're interested in joining that. And until next week, stay curious and keep creating.